right, so all you're going to need is your small ball, guys. Start with your feet a comfortable distance apart. Just thinking of pubic bone, belly button, rib cage, everything drawing up and in. Again, 6 inch, 8 inch, 10 inch. Depending on the movement, it will make a difference. Mine is a 6 inch. And then we're just going to start some circles with the ball just to warm up the shoulders. You can leave your feet strong. Inhale, bring the arms up, lift the heart a bit. Exhale, bring it down and just nod the chin like you're starting a roll down, but don't go there. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let's go a little deeper. Inhale, up. And exhale, go ahead and fold even deeper if it's in your practice. Let's go inhale up, and if you're comfortable, you're going all the way down to the ground. Inhale all the way up, and we're just going to switch directions on that. This time, take it behind your legs, so you've got to round a bit more, and then inhale, come up. Start on the up, so here I'm reaching behind to get a rounding. On the up, start that lift of the heart. Keep going with that. Just 2 more for me, gang. Press it down, lift it up. And last one, bring it down behind, bring it all the way up, and then I want you to just tuck that into your abdomen. So you're going to kind of tuck it up and in so that your body is folding over it. Let your arms dangle, let your head dangle. Here I really want you to think about expanding the rib cage as you open, working on that lateral breath. So big inhale, big exhale, 2 more big inhale. And exhale, think of pulling your abs up off the ball in theory. 1 more. And exhale, and then slowly bring it all the way up. Reach the arms straight ahead. Take it behind the head, keeping fairly neutral. Bend that down so it goes just behind the bottom part of the neckline, and then just bring it forward. So we're going to reach up and place it just behind, and then reach it forward. So again, just getting the shoulders here. And then we're going to start an extension through the thoracic. So bring it back, hold it here. If you can, tuck your elbows in, place it into the nook of your neck, and just give a little extension finding the heart line. So not just the neck. Don't throw the neck back. The ball's holding it in. And bring it back and tuck it forward. And then inhale, lift the heart, extend it back. And then tuck it forward. And one more time, extend it back. Stay here. Reach the arms actively behind you, and then come all the way down to the floor, bending through. So I'm going to use that ball. If you want to go deeper, go ahead. Press the legs to straight, and then inhale, give it a nice little bend, and go ahead and press it to straight. And little bend. Now, if you can go deeper, get right down there with your hips, right? So big passive squat all the way down, guys. And then press it one more time. Feel the hammy stretch. And then bring it all the way down. And then on this one, we're going to press it. We're going to roll all the way up and just roll those shoulders back. Beautiful. So we're going to extend it up to tall. Bring it over to one side. Reach actively with one hand. Let the other arm drop. Just give a little stir of the pot and just push the hips gently off to the side, right? As we're actively reaching that ball. Inhale, exhale here. And then stir the pot the other direction. Rotate down and just swing it all the way through. Bring it right up again. And let's go the other direction. So reach it over, actively reach. Lean your hips in opposition. Drop that arm. Little stir of the pot. Really big breaths into the side rib cage. Inhale, exhale. Stir the other direction. And then we're going to actively reach and then sweep that arm all the way through. Roll those shoulders. Slide that ball not between the knees, but a little higher. So it spreads out the legs more to about shoulder width. And then just kind of come down. You might have to reset it once you come down in your squat. Give a little rock back and forth. Again, ribs and hips are nicely connected. Shoulders are drawn down, and let's just reach those arms. Let's go for 4 and 3 and 2. Now let's find our balance point. So lift the heels, lower the heels. So we're slowing it down and we're lifting and lowering. We're drawing the abs in. If this is difficult on the shoulders, reach them behind. Let's go 2 more. Now stay with the heels lifted, little pulse. 4, 3 as I fall over. The dog is now my stable. 2 and 1. Lower the heels. Take that out. Reach and bring it up. Give a little wiggle through the legs. From here, we're just going to actively move that, and we're going to go up and down in our squat. So press and come in. Push the booty back and draw it in. Let's go for 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. And then hold it down for 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way to tall. Take those hands behind the small of the head again. Lift that heart. Big breath here. Extend the arms out if you're able to. Bring it all the way down. Vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down. Press the ball into the floor again. Press those hips. Look through your legs. Stretch out those hammies. Inhale, exhale here. And then bend the knees and float it all the way to tall. Roll those shoulders. Just leave that ball just towards the front of your mat and find yourself at the end of the mat. Find a large obstacle in the middle of your mat. Abs engaged. Come around the corner. Move your bum. Move your bum a little bit. Walk it out to cat in 4, 3, knees down on 2 and 1, and then uncurl the toes. So starting at your tailbone, actually, let's first of all put that ball between that inner thigh. So you've got a little connection there. Start at your tailbone. Let's go angry cat. Round it all the way up. Big breath here. Sit your heel or your hips back to your heels. Reach a little farther forward with your hands. Feel the stretch. And then come back up into your angry. Go through your angry into your cow, lengthen out that spine. Nice big breath here. Drop the tailbone, curl the spine. Big angry cat, you guys. Hollow out the abdomen. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Overreach the arms so you feel your lats get a little stretch. And then come back into tall and go through that neutral. Find your cow. Take a peekaboo up. My chain is caught. And then find yourself in neutral. Curl the toes. And let's just hinge back and forth into those toes, guys. So I've got my toes curled under. I'm trying to stretch out that bottom part of the back line of the foot. I'm just going to continue that back and forth a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Gentle breath as you go, and then stay in the 4-point stance. Let's start a little bit of sternum drop. Drop through your shoulder blades, press away. So remember on this one, we're keeping neutral spine, neutral pelvis, and all I'm doing is moving through my scapula. So these are just scapular dips. Go 2 more. Now stay with that pressed away so you're nice and strong. Your toes are curled, your abs are engaged up and in, and lift just an inch. Hang out and hover here. Inhale and exhale. Judith, if that's you, darling, can you just put on your mute? Yep, awesome. Thank you. Go for 4, 3, 2. Let it come down. Uncurl the toes. Paddle those out. And then just sit back with a rounded spine, reaching your fingers away. Take a nice big breath here. And then come all the way up. Curl those toes under, and let's do that short plank again. So lifting just that inch. Now in this inch, I want you to squeeze the ball between the inner thigh. Let's go for 5. Little pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale. Let's do it again. Squeeze it again for 5. Pulsing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Uncurl the toes. Place the ball just in front. Curl the toes again and lift into your down dog. So from here, if this is a little tight, lift the heels, bend the knees. Otherwise, sink into your shoulders and get into that stretch. I like to hold the sides of my mat so I can push a little deeper. And then I'm going to go to my poodle wag here. So we haven't warmed up that lateral flexion yet, or lateral movement pattern. So if my hamstrings are tight, my lower back's tight, I'm lifted through the heels and the feet and the knees are slightly bent. Otherwise, straight legs, and you're wiggling your tailbone from left to right. As long as you're stable, you can look to that hip as it comes around the corner. Inhale, exhale, and then bring your body out of your shoulders a little bit and paddle your feet. So you're stretching through your calf line. So instead of staying deep in the stretch, you're now opening, and you're almost getting into a full plank or like a long stretch. Rise up strong, bring the feet down, uncurl, widen the legs, and just give me that natural little child's pose, leaning back. Couple nice little breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Give a little no through your neckline. And then come back into your 4-point stance. Just leave your ball towards the front of your mat. Find yourself in your 4-point again. Curl the toes. And then we're going to go into our pouncing cat. So move your hands what feels too far forward. Pull your hips forward. Press them back. So I'm just starting with my knees down. When I'm coming forward, I'm in a supported pelvis. As soon as I'm ready, you've got it, Kylie, you're gonna pop up those hips. If it feels good, the knees are gonna come off. And now you're in full movement pattern. If you want those knees down, go ahead. Let's go for 5 and 4. We're gonna get some hip mobility here. Last 3 and 2. Now in this one, as you come forward, drive one leg forward to the side on the outside of your mat. Nice and big. Let that leg drop down and open your arm into that stretch into gecko. Big breath here. Getting some rotation. Hand comes down, hips go back. Other foot drives forward. Knee carefully goes down. We rotate open. Nice big breath. And bring it down. We're going to do it 2 more times. You can be on your knees if you want, you guys. Drive the knee. Open up. Stretch that arm as far as you can. Bring the hand back down. Push the hips back. And last one, drive it forward. Open it up. Big stretch here, you guys. Bring that hand back down. Stretch it back. Give a little down dog. Oh, see, Coco's demonstrating beautiful down dog for you guys. And then keep your heels down. Walk your hands to your feet. In 4, 3. If you're finger tipping, get your hand flat by bending your knees. Let yourself just dangle here. Let your head be at the very end of your spine, looking through your knees versus flexed, looking to the floor. Bend the knees and slowly come all the way up. We're still at the back of our mat. Beautiful. Give a little roll in those shoulders. Big breath up. Come around the corner. We're going to walk out into our long stretch here, or long plank, walking it all the way out. In 4, keep going. 3, all the way out in 2 and 1. Lower the knees, uncurl the toes, bend the elbows, and gently come to the floor. Hands into your forehead, forehead resting down. Laterally rotate and just wiggle your tailbone and your booty from left to right here. So on this one, we're going to do a little bit of floppy, just to warm up that extension through the lower back, but we're not turning on the muscles, right? We're just making it very floppy. Hands come in by my side. Relax your booty, laterally rotate out your legs, and then relax your abs. Just push till you start to feel that movement come into your lumbar spine, that lower 5 vertebrae, right? So I'm not pulling up through the abs or squeezing my butt, and then gently come down. If this is difficult and you feel insane amount of compression, make it quite small. Or if you feel your glutes turn on to try and fight the movement, come back down, reset, and come up again. So again, this is a relaxed, released position. We're trying to allow that lumbar spine to find its nice, natural anterior curve, which in general, most of us tend to fight a fair amount, because most of our lives are spent in forward flexion. So we're just letting that back stretch out open. So you will have a sensation of compression. Your glutes will turn on, your abs will lift to try and fight that. Just let that occur. Try not to fight that curvature. And now we're going to warm them up. So bring your hands into 11s, a little sphinx here. So my arms are making 11s. I'm going to shift my shoulders down and retract them slightly. So depression and retraction slightly. Pull the abs up off the floor this time. So right here, I'm letting them dangle. Now I'm pulling them up. Shift the shoulders down. The glutes might turn on. That's fine. If your neck is okay, you're going to look straight forward. If that's bothering you, look down. And now find your big Pilates breath, you guys. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Keep going with that breath. Really shifting your shoulders down into your back pocket so your shoulder blade muscles feel very active here. They're not just hanging out. Inhale and exhale. Draw your belly up from the floor. I'm thinking pubic bone, belly button, rib cage. 2 more breaths here, you guys. So just turning on those back muscles a little bit to be active. 1 more big breath for me. On the exhale, turn your elbows out to the side and slowly let yourself fold down. Bring your hands in nice and strong. Press it back and push back into that child's pose again. Let your elbows go down. So I've laterally rotated out my knee, hip, ankle. You can go ahead and stay in parallel if it feels better for your knees. Nice big breath. And then you're going to come to a 4-point stance, and we're going to go into that thread the needle. So on this one, normally I like my hands parallel position, middle finger running up the middle of the room. On this one, I bring the hand back and I turn it in a bit. So my elbow naturally goes out to the side. So that when I thread the needle down past my knee, it's just a natural movement for my elbow to fold down. Now, if you can get your shoulder down there, take this hand, reach it to the sky. If you're still okay, grab behind your hip and rotate. So my vision's looking to my back hip, and it's almost, if I pushed through, I'd do a shoulder roll. I'd actually do a shoulder roll over that one side that's reaching. Couple really good breaths there to stretch out that rotation in our spine. And then press into that hand to gently bring yourself out. So again, the hand that I'm leaving on the floor is out to the side and internally rotated. And then I'm going to reach past my knee, slide my shoulder down, and then roll into that movement. Feels okay? This arm reaches. If you're still okay, it anchors, so it's really pulling that shoulder open and to the back. Hi, sweetie. Couple really good breaths. Inhale, exhale for me. Breathe into that back. Let's go one more big breath, and then bring that hand all the way to the floor and gently bring it out. So we're going to stay in our 4-point stance and do a little bit of watchdog. Shift your shoulders down and away. If for any reason the wrists don't like this, come up on an ottoman or a bolster or a couple heavier pillows like cushions from a couch would work. I'm shifting back, I'm pushing away, and then I'm just going to take off one hand, and I'm going to reach it very gently for a handshake. Watch here you don't overextend through the shoulders. So I'm still gently retracted down, and then I'm going to bring that hand down. Turning on Miss America sash through the abdominals, I'm going to reach the other hand without shifting my pelvis and bring it down. Now let's take the focus to the lower half. Instead of just lifting the leg, slide it out slowly, slide it out. Now when the leg feels straight, turn on that ass cheek and glide the leg up. As you glide it up, we'll tend to arch. I need you to stay nice and neutral, natural neutral in the pelvis, and then slowly bring it in. Let's get the other side. Glide it out without a major shift in your pelvis or your spine. Squeeze the glute, lengthen it up. Nice big hold here, and then bring it down. Now we're going to do one arm, one leg. So I'm going to reach one arm, the opposite leg. Again, don't overextend. Hold here on this side. Lower the arm, lower the leg, lift and up. You're going to squeeze that glute as you extend that leg. Lower, lift. Again, no movement through your pelvis. The arm that's on the ground, push away with it so it feels engaged and powerful. Let's go 2 more. And 1. Hold it up there for 5, 4. So you're turning on that crisscross of muscles. 2 and 1. Bring it down. Other side. Take an inhale, reach the arm. Slowly extend the leg. Squeeze the glute. Find yourself long. Now push away with that hand that's on the floor and lower, lift, lower, lift. Let's go for 4, 3, breathe out as you lift. Let's 2, and go ahead and just hold it actively. Again, if you're starting to sink into that arm, press away with power and then bring it in. So let's do our alternating. One arm, one leg, it reaches. Inhale, it comes back home. Exhale, opposite arm and leg, reach. Inhale, bring it back home. 2 more. Reach and home. Last time, reach and home. Curl those toes under. Lift. Find your down dog. Play here. Whatever feels good, just go ahead and play around. Inhale, exhale. And then lower those heels as far as you can. If you need to, lift the heels, bend the knees. Walk your hands back in 4, all the way, 3. On 2 and 1, we're all the way in tight. Look through your legs. And then bend the knees. Slowly peel all the way to top. Big inhale at the very top. Lift that heart for me. Exhale, hands down, center heart. Bring yourself to the very front of your mat. So we're just going to do some passive squats here. Have your ball fairly close. We're just going to come right down. And if you're able to, you're going to get that booty right down there. Give a couple wiggles. So my heels are lifted. That's fine. If that's not happening for me today, I'm just going to here. So you do not have to come all the way down if your hips and knees don't invite. And then bring it all the way up. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to come all the way down. Find that little bit of mobility. If it feels good, get twisty here. Right? Get twisting around. I'm staying out of my hips a little bit today. So if you feel good, you guys go right down there and twist around, okay? My depth of my movement doesn't dictate your depth. If you have more, go for it. Nice big breath. And then we're going to come all the way down in this passive position. As long as you don't have any spinal issues, I want you to roll back and then sit up on your booty. So I'm going to roll And then just come to a nice tall sit. Yes. Heels together, toes apart, quite a distance away. And we're going to do our diamond roll back. So I'm going to tuck the tailbone under, round as I lean back. Inhale, come around the corner. Imagine I'm folding over a big beach ball. My lumbar spine is vertical to the earth. My thoracic and my cervical are rounding. I'm going to inhale and stack to tall. Exhale and scoop. So the heels are together, the toes are apart. I'm hollowing. Don't lose your chin in your chest. And then I'm going to come around the corner, folding thoracic and cervical, lumbar vertical to the earth. Big inhale here. Stack to tall. One last time. Nice, big, deep scoop. So I'm coming off my sits bones in a posterior tilt. And then I'm going to come around the corner. On this one, I'm going to take my hands, fold them through my legs, and wrap. So if you can get a little deeper, you might need to pull those knees in a little closer. That's great. Increase that inhale, exhale for me. A little no on the neckline to release it out. And then start at the tailbone and lengthen to tall. Reach those legs actively. From here, I'm just going to scooch back so my heels are in the corners of my mat. My ball, I'm just going to slip right up into the higher part of my inner thigh. And then if I feel like I'm rolling back on my lower back, I need to sit up on a block in order to find neutral. If it's still not working and my hammies are too tight, I'm just going to bend my knees a bit. Otherwise, reach the arms so you can see your fingers in your peripheral. And we're going to get our spine twist here. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate a little more. One more inhale, rotate, look to the backhand. Exhale, bring it center. Other direction. Inhale. Inhale, grow on each inhale. Inhale, look to the backhand. Exhale, center. So we're going to do our own body check here. Inhale, rotate, inhale. Inhale, rotate a bit more. Now freeze here. Gently glance at your legs. If your leg, the direction you're turning to, came out of the corner, you moved your pelvis. Sit tall, move the ribs only. And then come back to center. That's one really hard thing for me to see in the camera. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate a bit more. Look, see if this side of your pelvis moved. And bring it back. Float that down. Relax the shoulders. We're going to add our saw. Right out again. Give me a rotation as far as you can go on the very first one. Turn your back thumb upside down. Thumb's pointing down. And then this hand is going to reach and fold forward. Lumbar spine vertical to the earth. Inhale, stack to tall. Turn both your thumbs to the sky. Exhale, find center. Inhale, rotate. Back thumb turns down. Exhale, saw. Inhale, stack to tall. Turn your thumbs up. Look to the backhand. Exhale, center. One more time. Inhale, rotate. Back thumb points down. Exhale, saw. If you're okay with this, lift that back arm into extension. Pinky reaching to the sky. Come back up to tall. Rotate the palms forward and center. Last one, you guys. Inhale, rotate. Saw. Thumb down. Exhale, saw. Push that hand up a little higher. Feel the extension to the shoulder girdle. Stack it to tall. Thumbs up. Bring it to center, release that out, roll those shoulders. I'm going to move forward. If you've got lots of room behind you, you don't need to. Make sure there's nothing behind you in your way. Grab your ball into your hands. Find your legs in a gentle lateral rotation. I don't know if you can see that. Lateral rotation here, but my heels are together. Your toes don't have to touch down. They're just in lateral. We're going to roll off our sits bones, holding the ball. We're going to roll off our sits bones, place it into our belly, and pull the knees up. So my legs have opened. My knees are not together. They're nice and open, but my heels are together. And then I'm going to sit to tall and reach the arms if I'm able to. Go again. Roll off your sits bones into that rounded spine. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lengthen to tall. Last time, big exhale, round it off. Take that ball now, open the legs, and slide it harder between your heels and your tush. A little more forgiving up in the knees. And then you're going to reach. And we're going to do a little sacral rock leading into rolling like a ball. So I'm going to roll back a little bit on my sacrum as I fall backwards. And then roll forward a little bit. This is tiny. This is tiny. You'll just feel the ab engagement increase to start the sensation of rolling backwards. The ball is being squeezed ever so gently to stop you from using your legs reaching up to the sky to give you momentum to go. So now you're going to increase the crunch of your abs as you take your tailbone to the sky, and then you freeze when you come back, rolling like a ball. Inhale, tailbone to sky. Exhale, freeze. 4 more. Inhale, exhale. And remember, if you've got any major spinal issues, osteoporosis, osteopenia, anything like that, moving in this kind of position exposes too much of your spine to the floor. Just stay with that little sacral rock. Now in this one, when we roll back, we're going to stay back. You're going to roll back, grab the ball, and unfold. Use that ball as a little headrest. Reach your legs out, and just go ahead and wiggle or go into windshield washer. For me, windshield washer feels better. So we're just allowing that hip flexor that was held a little bit tight there to now open. Lean fully and stretch that hip out. And then go the other way and stretch it out. Inhale, exhale as you go. I have a very calm puppy. This is very unusual. I shouldn't have said that. She'll probably get all excitable. And then bring yourself back into your hook line position. If you don't need a headrest, you're going to take that ball out and bring the head down gently. Now, if you need a headrest of any sort, you can put a little pad underneath your headline. Otherwise, we're going to go into some toe taps. You guys know this well. Find a supported pelvis with a neutral spine. Knee fold one leg, knee fold the other. The ball into the hands is an option. You don't have to choose this. I'm going to start with the ball movement if I'm choosing arms. It's going to go over my head and come back to my knees. Over my head and come back to my knees. So the legs are in a regular tabletop. I have a little bit of space and I'm just moving the arms up and down. As the arms go over the head, you're watching that you don't pop your rib cage. So we are finding the upper torso or the thoracic alignment here in neutral. Inhale, exhale as you go. If it's hard when it goes over your head and you feel your shoulders coming up around your ears, bend your elbows for me. Just bend those elbows a bit. Now, keeping that movement going, I'm going to alternate one toe tap and bring the ball to my knees, and then the other toe tap. So as you start to add your toe taps, watch that you don't pull the leg that is not moving in closer to your chest. If this is working for you for intensity and you're not popping ribs or shifting your pelvis, when you're ready, you guys, go double leg, nice and slow, down for 4, up for 4. Down for 4, up for 4. Again, if that is challenging on the singles, don't worry about the doubles. So I'm down, 2, 3, watch rib pops, up, 2, 3. Working for me, I'm going to straighten those legs out. I like flexing the heel. That's just a me thing. In, 2, 3. Or still working, the legs go straight. And I go down, 2, 3, 4, and up, 2. We're going to do 2 more here, you guys. Down, 2, 3, 4, and up, 2, 3. 1 more. Down, 2. Keeping this supported pelvis and neutral spine. Hold it in the up, bend the knees. Slide that ball. We're going to hundreds. Slide the ball either between the knees if you're keeping your knees bent, or reach farther through and put it between your ankle bones. You choose it. Come back to parallel sits bones, supported pelvis. Nice strong inhale, cervical nod. Exhale, roll it up and find your hundreds position. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. So remember, if this is difficult on the neck, you can always roll it down. And 20. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. If you feel uncomfortable in the neckline, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 40. Think of rolling up through the thoracic spine versus the neck throwing forward. 60. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze the ball. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 70. Draw those abs in up and nice and flat. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 80. Inhale, 2. I'm such a good counter. Am I kind of right? Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 90. Inhale, 2. I probably made you do less today. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 100. Inhale, pull in. Kylie's still going. Kylie's counting for us. Wave at me when we're done, Kylie. Oh, we're done. Pull it in. And then slowly bring it down. Oh my God, I'm such a horrible counter. Go ahead and rock those legs from left to right. I can't cue, give little ideas, and count. I just can't do that all together. Inhale, exhale. Haven't learned that skill yet. Lovely. Find your feet in hook line position. We're going to take the ball. If you want, we're going to go side laying lift series. If you want a little more intensity, the ball is going to go underneath your lateral malleolus. If you know you've got some hip issues, you might not want to choose that option. So I'm going to roll that ball out on the side of my foot and then lie right on the edge of my mat. So I've chosen the edge of my mat so it gives me a good idea that I'm still nice and strong on my centering. If I'm not using that, my knee is bent, my foot is anchored, or my foot is on the ground. Ball is harder. Lift and lower. top leg moving. So if I look straight forward, I should not see my top leg in my peripheral vision. It's as if I'm standing on it. And then I'm going to imagine a small mouse hole underneath my waistline, and so I'm pulling my abs up, so it's as if I'm standing straight up and down, and I'm not laterally flexing into the floor. If this hand can lift, it will. And I'm adding a point flex to that leg. This is side leg lift series 1. One more time. Now keep that leg reaching and start your circles forward and backwards. So what happens here is we start to roll forward and backwards. I want you to stay nice and strong. If your neck is not liking this position where your shoulder is, hand reaches, and then you do have to put a pillow or something underneath your neck. Go ahead and switch directions because you do want that neck staying in neutral spine. Beautiful. So we're going to play with this. I'm going to put my hand down. You will need your hand down. I'm going to internally rotate and touch my big toe towards the floor. And then I'm going to point my big toe towards the sky as I put it behind me. So you may or may not be able to touch the floor. Don't fight that. It might get close to the floor. It may not get there. Let's go forward. Thumb, big toe up, backwards. So toe down, internal rotation, toe up, external rotation. Let's go 2 more, abs up and in, and 1. Now on the back, leave your leg behind, move that leg, bottom leg forward, squeeze the ball between your feet, and there's the ball now right between your legs. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Doubles side leg lift series. Let's go 4. And 3, turn on those abs, 2, and 1. Now hold here, we're going to do a side sit-up to teaser. So what's going to happen is I'm going to roll, I'm going to do a modified. If you guys know the full, go to it. My first one's modified. I'm going to bend the knees in. If you know full teaser, go ahead. I'm going to come to here, I'm going to reach and hold, and then I'm going to lengthen myself back down. Now if I'm like, okay, that was good, I got that. I'm going to roll, I'm going to lift up finding teaser, but I'm choosing a bent knee option. I'm going to hold and then reach the arm as I come back down. And if I'm feeling ambitious, those legs are going to stay straight. I'm going to squeeze that ball. I'm going to reach. Now here's your next stepping stone. I'm going to reach the arms by my ears, which makes it heavy. Reach this arm away versus sweeping. This arm is staying up. That just got a lot heavier. Your arms are heavy. Inhale, scoop off the sits bones by contracting the abdominals. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reach those legs, reach those legs, reach those legs, and come right onto the edge of the mat. Last time, we're going to stay up here, gang. We're going to stay up here. Big reach. Lift. Bend your elbows in. Drop down onto your elbows. Now, if your legs are shaking, you're welcome to bend the knees here. Otherwise, we are doing circles. They're called hip circles. We're going to go one direction up to the center and stop, and then switch the other way. Inhale, exhale. This is what you're watching for. Sinking. Sinking. I'm lengthened. I'm open. My lower part of my spine is still in a supported position. Last time, now this is going to be nasty. We're going to come back up to our teaser. Whoo, and then we're going to grab that ball and find our mermaid. Lovely. Take the time to get comfortable in your mermaid. Take that ball just off to the side. From here, we're going to take this hand. I'm just going to slide it. I don't know where I'm going to slide it. Hopefully it won't roll away. I'm going to take this hand, line it up with my sits bones. Rotate my shoulders. This hand can go down, smaller back, reaching harder. I'm going to bow down and come up. Back leg is lifting. Spine is twisted, so I'm rotated, but I'm still in a very lengthened position. I'm not extended, but I'm lengthening the spine. So I'm pretty neutral all the way through. Inhale, exhale. As you come up, if you have extension in your spine right here, go ahead and lift a little higher. So I can come down and lift. If I'm still feeling good, I can stretch out that back leg to counterbalance my weight. Let's go for 4. Choose where you feel good, guys. 3, use your breath. Last 2, and 1, all the way up. Gently come out of that, tuck this back foot in so you can sink this hip down to the floor and just take a little stretch there. Nice strong inhale, exhale. If this feels good, you can take this leg that's behind all the way over and then try and get the booty down. Now for me with my hips, deep flexion's not invited. If you have sciatica or deep hip issues, these tight positions on the hips are not a happy place. So it's perfectly fine to just go out to the side or come over a little bit, right? So whenever you're feeling any impingement in any joint for that matter, you don't want to work through a pinching sensation. This is not a good sign, right? And it's definitely not going to help anything going on in that body joint. So if it feels good, you can wrap it all the way around. If it still feels good, you can fold forward for a little bit more stretch. Then you're going to take that hand that's wrapped, you're going to put it on that opposite leg and rotate over looking to the back wall. Sit up as tall as you can, really big breath here. And then slowly derotate. We have that entire sequence on the other side, right? So find yourself towards the front of the mat. If you're using the ball, it goes on the lateral malleolus. If not, your knee was bent, anchored, or reaching. And we're just going to extend that out. You're going to put some pressure into that malleolus on the top, and we're going to lengthen out. Side leg lift series 1, right? We don't want to pin our head up here. A lot of people like to pin the head up. My neck now is in lateral flexion. It is not in neutral. I need it in neutral. Right now it has a bit of flexion going on the opposite direction, but not enough to get too concerned about. Lift and lower. If you can, that hand comes off. You might notice a difference between left and right on stabilization. Imagine your little mouse hole underneath your rib cage. Everything else is just gently moving. We're getting glute me, glute min. Do not rotate this hip into lateral and feel your quad and hip flexors, not quad and hip flexor. Go 2 more and 1. Now let's go with our circles. All right, so side leg lift series 2 is our nice little circles. Today I need that hand down on this hip. So again, left and right can be quite different. Go slow. Get your glute and your hamstring squeezed as you extend your hip backward. And then the forward comes quite natural for most of us. Draw those abs in. Switch directions for 5. The bigger the circle, the more challenging. Just watch you don't start rolling forward and backwards on your hip. 2. Now we're going to go to that heel. The toe points to the sky. I laterally rotate and I try and touch down. Again, you may not touch down. And then I'm going to point my big toe to the floor, internally rotate and go forward. So behind your body and in front of your body. You will need your hand down for this. I want you getting more movement, so you will have to stabilize a little bit with that hand. Internal, external rotation of hip in socket. Inhale, exhale. And because we're dropping it below the height of the leg and the ball, you are passing midline, right? We are passing midline there, which makes it quite a good little challenge on that hip mobility. Now reach that leg, put it behind you, move your bottom foot forward, squeeze the ball between both your feet, and ta-da, you're in your doubles. So lift and lower. If you don't need this hand on the floor, go ahead and lift it up. Inhale, exhale. So don't just get there and drop the legs. Get there and hold briefly. Inhale. I caught myself cheating. It's not a cheat, but I was firing into this hand, the hand that's reaching by my head. I was holding my fingers tight and propping myself for balance. So I'm just going to chill out that hand. All right, be aware of what else is working just too hard. Last hold, nice big breath, and we're going to roll into that teaser, right? So if you want to go full, go right ahead. I'll start modified. I'm going to tighten up the rib hip on the top, roll onto my back. I'm cervical nodding. I'm resting my legs, and I'm holding here. And then I'm going to reach my arm and come right back up to my greater trochanter. Felt good. I can come up a little higher, but my knees are still bent. Maybe I have to grab behind them. That's cool. And then reach and come out. Still okay. I can come up and those legs can go straight. So in this position right here, lumbar spine has a little bit of supported spine, and then everything else is lengthening, and then I reach long. It's not an extension. You can't extend one part and flex the other. It's kind of awkward. So go ahead and roll it up. Supported pelvis, lengthening through the rest of your spine, and reach it out. Exhale, roll up, squeeze that ball between your legs, you guys, harder, arms to the ears, and then the arm reaches behind, and we lengthen right out to long. So when you go to long, get rid of the pike in your hips. Get rid of the pike in your hips. Lengthen long is long, long, long. One more time, we're not going to do the hip lift here. We're not going to do the hip lift. We're going to roll all the way up. You're going to grab that ball, put the feet down, hold the ball, because that hip lift is a double action. So here we're going to actually go into our rollovers. Roll all the way down, lift your hips, Slide the ball underneath your tailbone sacrum area. Find a supported spine, knee fold one, knee fold the other. From here, I'm either going to cross my ankles and do a little hip lift, uncross toe tap, cross the ankles, hip lift, uncross toe tap, or if you know roll over and it's in your practice, over you go. This is what it'll look like. The legs are going to reach away. I'm going to inhale as they come up. Exhale, over I go. You've got to hold the ball, otherwise you're going to lose it. Touch down if you're okay, and then vertebrae by vertebrae, come back to that ball. When you reach the legs away, don't lose your pelvis. Keep it strong. Inhale up. Let's say on those rollovers, you don't need the ball. Just remove it. It does make it harder. You have a longer distance to come down. Nice, you guys. And reach away. So you have two more of whatever variation you chose here, you guys. Up you come and over. I'm just keeping the legs in parallel, but if you want to do that circle, you go right ahead. I see some people going into the circle of the hips. You're welcome to. Last time, inhale up. Little touch, roll it down. Now freeze here. Put that ball back between your knees. So lift it out from the booty if you've got it there still. Grab behind the knees and we're rolling up because we do have to repeat mermaid on this side. So hip lift is a bilateral movement. We don't have to do it on both sides. And roll over and hip lift toe tap is bilateral. So we can just go right into our mermaid. Rotate, hand goes down. I'm going to start nice and gentle. As I go down, if I go down too far, I have to flex unless I lift that back leg. And I want this to stay more neutral position or slightly extended. So I'd love you to lift that top back leg and squeeze that booty. You know your options here. If it feels good, this arm is reaching and coming up. If it still feels good, you are stretching up the back leg. And if you're okay here, give a little extension in the top part. So quite neutral, and then lift. You do have a rotation happening in the spine. Perfectly fine. Let's go 3 more. And lift that heart for me. 2 more. Big breath up. And last one. Hold it in the up. Tuck that foot in. Settle your hip down. So you might, if you're tight, need to kind of sink back. If you're super tight, sitting on the ball will take you out of that deep hip flexion that bothers people, or the knee flexion, because here I can come out of both. So if you find you struggle here with this exercise, prop yourself up on a mat or a ball, right? Nothing wrong with that. Couple little breaths there. We're going to take that leg and wrap it all the way around. Left and right are definitely not made the same. If you can wrap it all the way, do. If that's too tight, don't. And then grab that knee, hug it in. Give a little rotation. The first part's more about hugging the knee in to get the glute stretch. Try and get your sit bone down so you feel the glute stretch. Nice big breath there. And then we're adding rotation. Take that elbow, place it, and invite a little bit more rotation into your spine. Big inhales, exhales for me, you guys. One more breath. And then de-rotate, grab the ball out from where it is. We're going into our extensions. So come over onto your belly. So open the hips, face down. I'm just going to take that mic off so you won't hear me quite as loud, but you'll still hear. We've already warmed up in Sphinx, so I want you to take that ball and place it in your xiphoid process. So I'm just kind of gently resting my sternum bone down on it. Now, if right here you're already feeling a lot of aggression through the back, you just don't want to use the ball yet, right? Or you want the ball higher up so you're not lifting, but you definitely don't want it so high that it's affecting your breath pattern. My legs are in lateral rotation in the corner of my mat. And all I'm going to do is keep my elbows gently down. I'm not pushing into them, just gently down. And I just want you to think of drawing your abs up off the floor and then release them down. Inhale for nothing. Exhale, draw them up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, let them go. One more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pull them up and in. Now keep them up and in. Keep them up and in. Remove your elbows and place your hands to the side like you're doing a swan. My spine is lengthened through thoracic and cervical. Lumbar's pulling up and in for neutral. And I'm going to squeeze the rhomboids. Squeeze and lower. So posterior delts are working. Lats are pulling our arms into our back pockets. And we're just squeezing between that rhomboid muscle group. Let's go 3 more. If this is working for you, straighten your arms. Arms are heavy. And go 2, abs are engaged. Glutes might be turned on a little bit. Shouldn't be a death grip at this point in time. Now hold the arms out there and reach your palms to the backs. Palms up, hands by your sides. Lift and lower into extension of the shoulder now. Exhale, inhale. See if you can keep that active length in your thoracic spine. So as you're here, you're not getting complacent and just sort of rolling down. You're staying active in the spine. Turn on your back spinal muscles, your rectus spinae. Find them equally firing on each side. The higher you lift, the more you will squeeze your glutes and squeeze those legs and reach them more, and that's fine. Now we're going to go into our swan dive. Bring your hands forward, dive over the ball on an inhale as you reach, and then bring your pinkies to your thighs, lengthen up, hold your extension, thumbs to shoulders, and then exhale and dive. Inhale, bring it around. If you're feeling okay, lift through a lengthening of the legs as well. Thumbs to shoulders, exhale and dive. Inhale, bring it all the way around. Find the extension. Thumbs to shoulders and dive. 3 more. Inhale, 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 inhale. Keep inhaling till your thumbs get to your shoulders. Exhale and dive. You've got 2 more. Lengthen through those back extensors, guys. Thumbs to shoulders and dive. And last one, all the way around. Hold thumbs to shoulders, hands to the floor, and press back either into child's pose or place the ball into your belly to get more rounding to relax the spine, or sit up, like tall. So if you don't feel you need to relax into a forward flexion position, don't. We exist in a lot of forward flexion, and it tends to be our natural go-to, and a lot of classes cue it as your natural go-to. But honestly, natural spine is standing straight up with your natural curves in place. And when you're in forward flexion, you are flexing through the whole spine. So it's a lovely recovery from extension, but we do want that spine to feel good in neutral. One more breath. And then bring that ball out. So we're going to continue with a little work through the core. This one's going to be optional whether you use the ball or not. I'm going to slide, actually use the ball, but it'll be optional if you take your foot off. Here again, ottoman's workable, bolster, couple couch pillows, whatever works. I've got the ball underneath one knee. My hands are strong and both toes are anchored down. Oh my God, I can't talk today. So in this position, I'm going to turn my back for a second. Great ass shot. Sorry, guys. But if you notice my hips, this hip is much higher than the other. The pelvis is tilted. This is not where I want this exercise to go. So what I want to do is increase the intensity through my toes and lift the knee that is not on the ball to the same height as the knee that is on the ball. You're going to have to engage those abs to find this, right? Now, if that's a challenge, that's where you're going to stay. Otherwise, you're just going to take that foot off and put it back down. Take it off, put it back down. Now, if that's working for you, without moving forward on your wrists, because what will happen here is when I tell you to take your bender ball foot off, you'll lean forward into your wrist to compensate. Don't change that pressure. See if you can lift that toe off as well. So now both knees are off. If this is a challenging, you're going to stay there. If it's not too bad, you're going to kick just one leg out and pull it in. Press it out, pull it in. Let's go for 3. This is a pretty challenging one. And 2, push away from the floor with power. And last one, and then return that to the ground, bring it down. Bring the ball out, just put it between the thighs, roll back on your wrists. So again, risk not having it, have a couch or an ottoman or something you can put your elbows on, right? Other side, you're going to have a dumbass side. Really think of Miss America sash, Mr. America sash, whatever you want to call it. My hands in place, which is working the pec here. My internal oblique, my external oblique, hip flexor on the opposite leg, making a cross. If you really think of that engagement line, it helps you find your positioning. Slide that knee underneath. Start with both feet, knees down, toes down. Notice you are completely at an angle. Bring that knee off until you're square. Now, if going to find square really turns on the muscles and you want to just stay here, just stay there. Otherwise, point away the foot that is not on the bender ball. That leg now is completely off. If that's where I feel balanced for these leg kicks, that's what I'll do. If I'm okay, I'm going to lift up the other foot. So this is my dumbass side, a little more challenging. Now I feel my pec line and my shoulders having to work harder on stability. And then I'm going to start adding that very slow press out, pull in. Watch here, you're now not pushing your belly out. You're drawing your abs up and in. You're not leaning too far over your wrists. Let's go for 3. And draw in. Exhale, 2. And draw in, and 1. Draw it all the way in. Rest it down. Bring that ball out. And again, just sit back and roll those wrists. So we're going to go to a cat-cow to thigh stretch. If you like a deep thigh stretch, we're quite warm now. You're welcome to go. My thigh stretch will be very modified. So I'm going to come up into kneeling position, small lateral rotation. I want to open up the hips. So I'm going to push my hips forward a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of go a bit Gumby here. So I'm just going to push that hip forward, give it a little wiggle. Don't worry about zippering up. Just kind of enjoy that. Let yourself kind of go Buddha belly. Buddha belly's fine. I know we never tend to want to let the belly hang out. There's a time and a place when I'm stretching that lower back to let my belly hang out. It's all good. And then bring yourself back in. Balls in front, cat-cow. So I'm going to round my spine, start to push out on the ball, find my fingertips where I can't go any farther. Try not to sit back. And then press into that. Palms are on that ball. We're dropping into our shoulders. Nice big breath. Pull those abs in. Exhale. Instead of sitting your hips back to your heels, I want you to tuck your tailbone to round into angry cat to come up, which makes you engage those abs, the hamstrings, and the glutes to bring it up. I'm going to leave the ball down. I'm going to hinge now in neutral. So I tend to go slightly supported here. So it can be done in neutral. I like a slight support. Small, 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 small. And I'm going to lie back in my thighs and then bring it up. If you can lie back farther, go ahead. But the lie back happens first. Then when you're ready, the thoracic, so from your breastbone up, lengthens into your extension. Then that comes into connection, and then the thighs come up. If you can go deeper and add the arms, go ahead. I'm not going there. If you're good, go ahead. If you feel good in the spine, so I lie back with my thighs, and then I lengthen open. Open those arms if it feels good. Bring your thoracic and your extension back in. Pull your quads back in. Cat-cow. Round, round. Push that out. Lengthen, drop into those armpits. Nice big breath down here. Pull those abs up. Exhale, tuck that tailbone. We're going to do that thigh extension one more time. Find yourself in supported spine. So a little closer to the rib and hip. Lie back with your thigh. Feels good. Open up that chest as deep as you want to go. Send those arms back. Do what you need to do here to feel challenged yet connected. Bring your thoracic cervical back in. Bring your thighs back in. Beautiful. Hands down nice and powerful. Powerful. Be powerful. Curl the toes. Powerful. And lift. Wow. Speech was not given to me this morning. Paddle out those legs, you guys. Shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, exhale. And then drop both heels if you can. Either lift and bend. And then drop into that chest. Get a little deeper into those hammies. Wiggle that tailbone from left to right. Nice big inhale, exhale. Stretch it out. And then I'm going to walk my hands forward. If your ball's in your way, move it out a bit. Walk forward back into your plank. Now, if you're okay here, I'm in supported spine versus neutral. Lower the knees, uncurl the toes. And I'm going to do my traditional push-up 2. So if push-up 2 is hard, you're going to bring your elbows in or your knees in tighter. I've widened my arms so it's chest, not tricep. I'm going to go down, 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 push away. Now, if you're okay, tag to those toes. Down, 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 push away. Not having it, pull your knees into 90 degrees. Down, 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 press away. So 90 degree at the knees, my push-up 1. Back a little farther, supported spine is my push-up 2. And then up goes those feet, 1, or knees, 2, 3. Inhale, 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 exhale. 2 more. Lower, lower, lower. Don't reach with your neck. Last one. Lower, lower, lower. Press. Lower the knees if they're not down already. Walk it back. Roll those shoulders out for me, you guys. Inhale, exhale, release that off. Breathe as you go. Place the hands, come up into that down dog again, give a little wiggle, and walk your hands back into your feet. Bend the knees, slowly come all the way up. And we're going to do our traditional push-up. So the traditional push-up is narrow grip. So we were just doing wide. It's narrow, which it's more tricep. Tricep's a smaller muscle section. So when you do this, you may not get to the floor. You might just hover. You might just go a couple inches down. If you can do full, you can go full. So we're starting at the back of our mat. We're reaching. Come around the corner. Bend the knees if you need to. Hands find the floor. We walk it out to full. 4. Walk out with your right hand first. Right, heel to fingers. Left, right, left, have us in our plank, narrow grip. So if you need your knees down, this is where they go. Mine are going down. So I'm going to bend down, press away, lift my heart, and then extend the knees and pull it back. Now in the pull back, lead with your left hand. Left, right, bend the knees if you need to, don't fingertip. Left, right, and then bend the knees and come all the way up. Big breath up. Exhale, hands down, center heart, roll it down. The natural occurrence for a righty is to put the right hand forward. So now I need your left hand going first. Left, is that so, Coco? Right, all the way out, left, right. It's narrow, put the knees down if you want. Go down, press up, lift your heart, connect it. Unconnect the feet or the knees and lift into your down dog. Now, right hand leads first. Right, it'll feel awkward. Left, all the way in. Right, left. Head dangle, big breath. Exhale, slowly come all the way up. Big inhale at the very top. Exhale, hands down, center heart. And then just hold that rounded spine, nice and strong. And we're just going to do a little standing cat-cow. So I want you to lengthen out into your neutral. Knees are just staying bent, and then round the spine. So the angle of my knee is not changing. This movement is purely spinal. Tuck the tailbone round and hollow. Untuck the tailbone, lengthen and reach. One more time. Tuck the tailbone round and hollow. Press away, lengthen and reach. Go ahead and ragdoll forward. I'm going to heel to wider. And then just hold my ragdoll. Now, I'm not a lover of unsupported ragdoll in my spine, but if it feels good, you can let your hands dangle. Look through your legs. Inhale, exhale. The head is at the very top of the spine, just dangling. No pressure into the head. So if I'm looking to the floor, I actually have tension. Bend the knees, slowly peel vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll that as you come up. We did some push-ups at the very end there, so I want to finish with chest opener. I'm going to reach my fingers, spread out my fingers, pull my palms back, and then lift the heart to open, little extension. And then exhale, just a small little protraction, just a small little C. And then go ahead the other direction, lift that heart. Opposite arm on top, pull those shoulder blades forward, give me a little round, nice big breath here. And then exhale, just let the arms dangle as you roll it out. Big breath up to finish, you guys. Nice strong inhale, lift that heart. Exhale, hands down, center heart, little no on the neckline, little wiggle, and we are done.